standing and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, if you could please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
Elena Fisher, ALANAFISHER.
Good morning. How old are you?
21.
Were you friends with Sade Robinson?
Yes.
How long had you known Sade Robinson?
Since 4th grade.
Were you two the same age?
Roundabout.
Okay. What school?
Craig Montessori.
How close of a friend did you consider Sade?
My best friend.
She was your best friend?
Yes.
What sort of things would you do with her?
Talk on the phone.
Hang out with her?
When we can.
Okay. Did there come a time in April of 2024 where you contacted law enforcement because Sade was missing?
Yes.
Can you tell us how you came to find out that Sade was missing?
I was at work. I checked my phone. My cousin asked me if I was okay. I called her. And then she said that she saw something on social media about Sade went missing. And then that's how I found out.
This was around the beginning of April of 24, right?
I can't remember the exact date, but
Sure, fair enough. Do you recall how long prior to that you had last seen Sade in person?
I can't remember.
The last time you hung out?
Can't explicitly remember.
Okay. How about the last time you two talked before that?
Pretty recently, over the phone.
On the phone?
Yes.
Do you remember what you talked about?
Not exactly.
Did you know that she had recently gone on a vacation prior to that?
Yes.
Where did you know that she went to?
If I remember, that's when she went to her Jamaica trip.
Okay. You found out about that from her directly?
Yes, we were on the phone when she was on the trip.
Had you talked to her from the time she got back from the trip up until the time she had gone missing?
Yes.
On the phone?
Yes.
When you found out, I think you said it was from your cousin that she was missing? Is that right?
Yes.
When you found out that information, what did you do?
I can't remember the exact timeline of events.
That's fine. I just want to know how you responded to learning that information.
I believe I called my partner to pick me up from work.
And did you eventually contact law enforcement?
Yes.
Did you meet with a detective and talk to him and share information with him?
Not in person.
Not in person. Did you talk to one over the phone?
I believe so.
Okay. Do you know what Life 360 is?
Yes.
What is Life 360?
It's an app for you and your family to keep track of locations, make sure that they arrive safely, all of that.
Did you have Life 360?
Yes.
Do you have Life 360 now?
Yes.
Did you share your location with Sade?
Yes.
Did Sade share her location over Life 360 with you?
Yes.
When you found out that Sade was missing, did you ever check Life 360?
Yes.
Did you also have Find My Phone app?
Yes.
Is that a similar kind of service?
Yes, just through iPhone.
So one's through iPhone, the Find My app, and then there's a whole separate app, Life 360, right?
Yes.
You shared your location with her on both?
Yes.
When you contacted law enforcement, what information did you want to provide them?
My last, with the apps, her last locations that I had on my phone.
And how did you provide that information to them? In person, on the phone, over email?
Screenshots over email.
Okay, I'm going to show you exhibit number 39. papers, just looking at the very top. Do you recognize the first page?
Yes.
What is on the first page?
Me contacting the person to say, hi, I have information.
This is an outgoing email from you to a detective?
Yes.
And the detective that you emailed, what was his name?
It looks to be Detective Brian.
Okay. I'm gonna move up a little bit here. About halfway through the packet, did you send another email?
Yes.
And was it to the same detective?
Yes.
What was the content of both of these emails? What were you sending him?
Information related to her whereabouts that I had.
From those apps?
Yes.
Both of them or just one?
Well, I see the first one says Life 360 and Find My.
Okay,
Can I see the second one?
sure.
It doesn't look like I explicitly said the two apps again.
To your recollection, what you attached to these emails, were those the screenshots you took?
Yes.
And is that what Exhibit 39 is showing? If you can page through it if you'd like to.
Yes.
I move 39 in and ask to publish.
Any objection?
No.
39's received. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna put these up on the TV for you, okay? Just make sure you can see this TV, all right? Okay, Elena, the first page that we're looking at here, are you able to see that on the screen next to you?
Yes.
It's the email that you sent to Detective Brian, right?
Yes.
Okay. It says, this is Elena Fisher, Sade's best friend. That's how it starts, right? All right. Can you read the rest of it?
I talked to you earlier today with my cousin. Here are some of the locations I have from my Life 360 app and my Apple Find My app. Hopefully the formatting doesn't mess up, but it should start from Monday, 6:29 p.m. until her last location on Tuesday, 4:35 a.m. Let me know if you need any close-up of locations or any other information or details. My phone number.
I'll stop you there. What date and time did you send this?
April 3rd, 24 at 7:46 p.m.
I'm going to go flip to page 2 here. This is a part of a screenshot you sent, correct?
Yes.
What app are we looking at here?
Life 360.
And what is it showing about Sade's location? Can you describe that for the jury based on what you're seeing on this screenshot?
It said that Sade was in a drive from that street to another street, and that's how long it took to get there?
Okay, you said that street to another street. There's a map on the screen, right?
Yes.
And there's this sort of line here, right?
Yes.
What does that line mean to you when you're looking at this app?
That's the route she took.
Okay, and it would start at the white?
Sometimes I can't remember. It usually tells you.
You can go ahead to page 2 here. It says drive details, right?
Yes.
And where does it say that she drove to and at what times?
She drove to 1137 North Water Street at 6:30 and arrived at 6:35 p.m.
So basically a 6-minute drive, and on the previous page, that's the route she took.
Yes.
Fair to say? Even tells you the top speed, right?
Yes.
38 miles per hour?
Yes.
This would have been from April 1st, is that right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. We're going to go to the next page here. You sent a screenshot of another drive. Is that right?
Yes.
A little bit of a glare. I'm going to see if I can break this. Does that make the route clearer?
Yes.
What do you know from looking at this screenshot about this drive?
That she took another drive.
At what time?
9:06,
ending at what time?
9:28.
If we go to the next page, to indicate where she went from and where she went to,
Yes.
can you read what times and where?
12:15 North Water Street at 9:06 to South 40th at 9:28.
Top speed was what?
69.
And if you go back to the previous page, are you familiar with the freeway systems in Milwaukee?
Not exactly.
All right. From looking at this, does it look like she used the freeway, or are you not able to tell?
I would assume she used the freeway, but
Why are you assuming that? What makes you think that?
the direct way to get from north to south side is usually that straight line.
Okay. Go to the next screenshot. This one kind of goes across 2 pages, so I'll actually start at the second page. What are the trip details telling us about here?
That she was at South 40th Street at 12:48 a.m. to 3335 North Gordon Place at 1:38 a.m.
And that white dot where the beginning of the trip, the map, the cutoff piece of the map here at the top of the page, that white dot I'm pointing to right here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Right under where it says Jackson Park. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Then going back to the previous page, that end point of the trip you see is up above the word locust here. Is that right?
Yes.
So that trip ended at 1:38 a.m. And then on the next one, did Life 360 notify of another trip?
Can you repeat that question?
What I have on the screen right now is this another trip after the one we just talked about?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how life, like they wouldn't add. Do you mean like, can you repeat that?
Let's do it this way. This screenshot is one you sent, correct?
Yes.
What are we looking at here? What is this screenshot showing us? Or showing you?
A trip.
All right. What time does it say that the trip began and ended?
2:01 to 2:53.
And that white dot is up here next to the word Shorewood, right?
Yes.
And then it kind of zigzags back and forth. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And then goes down towards the bottom of the page, right?
Yes.
All right. And then if we go to the next page, we don't get much information here, but that line goes through kind of where it says Mitchell International Airport. You see that, right?
Yes.
And then it goes up north again. Back to the previous page, you see at the bottom of the screen where the trip ends.
Cudahy.
Okay, that dot at the lower right side, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
And to reiterate, Life 360 was telling you that this trip ended at 2:53 a.m. Is that what that says at the top?
Yes.
Thank you. Next screenshot. What does this screenshot mean to you?
That she was at that location from that time.
And what is the time that's on that?
3:24 a.m. to 4:35 a.m.
Okay. And the next page, that would just be the location details from the previous page, right?
Yes.
This is different. This isn't showing us a trip, right?
No.
It's
the location she was at.
Okay. The next page. This one looks a little different. What are we looking at here?
The Find My app.
So the ones we were looking at before were Life 360,
Yes.
and this is Find My.
Yes.
This icon right here, it's a photo of Sade, right?
Yes.
That's how it appears when you look, when you pull up the Find My app and search for someone?
Yes. It depends on if you have the contact photo for that person.
You have Sade's contact photo, I take it?
Yes.
And that's why it's showing up here?
Yes.
I'm gonna go to the next page. This is just a continuation off of the previous page, but the bottom of your phone's screenshot, what is it indicating about their location?
That she's at the Warrant golf course.
And does it have a time?
It just says at 4:33 a.m.
And does it say a day?
It just says yesterday.
It just says yesterday. But we know from your email you sent this to Detective Conti on April 3rd, right?
Yes.
So that would have been April 2nd, 4:33 a.m. That's where Find My app was telling you Sade's phone. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
This is the second email, right?
Yes.
And you sent a few more screenshots, right?
Yes.
What made you want to send more?
To provide whatever information I had.
Okay. The screenshot we're looking at here, at the bottom, it seems to have that same drive that we started off with, right?
Yes.
It also indicates that she made a 3-mile drive from 4:55 p.m. to 5:04, right?
Yes.
And if we go to the next page, we're moving ahead 9:06 p.m. to 9:28. It even tells you phone usage, right?
Yes.
This time frame would talk about Sade's 9-mile drive that she made from those times.
Yes.
And the map, are you familiar with what part of town is on the map here?
Semi.
Okay, what part of town is it, in your own words?
Downtown East Side.
Do you recognize what this is? It's okay if you don't.
Maybe the Pfizer Forum.
Said maybe the Pfizer Forum?
Maybe the Pfizer Forum.
Next page is just more details about that trip, right?
Yes.
Now we go back in time, 4:55 to 5:04 p.m. Is this the Pfizer Forum again here?
Possibly.
Okay. She used her phone at some time according to this, right?
Yes.
What time?
5:01.
And the trip details from this, tell us what?
That she went from 1619 North Farwell Avenue at 4:55 p.m. to 598 West Canal at 5:04 p.m.
Top speed,
38.
says hard braking 1.
Yes.
Do you know, are you familiar with the area of 1619 North Farwell Avenue?
I'm familiar with Farwell, but not the exact address number.
Okay, what part of Farwell are you familiar with?
Like I believe it's called like the Lower East Side.
Did you know Sade to be familiar with that area too?
Yes.
How come?
Her job,
What job?
pizza shuttle. Yes.
Next page,
Yes.
just part of that last page, right? Same screenshot.
Yes.
This just shows her hard braking at 458 near North Jackson Street, right?
Yes.
This last, or this screenshot that I have up here, is this Find My or is this Life 360?
Life 360.
Do you know Life 360 to be able to give you information about the battery life of someone's phone?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you tell us what we're looking at here, in your own words?
That she did a 29-mile trip from 2:01 to 2:53 a.m. That her battery was low. So what it shows is that low battery drive detection is disabled. So some of the features start to, and then that she was at 3335 North Gideon Place from 1:38 to 2:01, and then from 12:48 to 1:38, she did a 10-mile trip.
All right, and if we go to the next page would show that 10-mile trip began near South 40th Street, correct?
Yes.
At 9:28?
Yes.
And in those trips, according to the screenshot, her phone's on low battery, right?
Yes.
Can you repeat what you said about, or explain what the app does when your phone is on low battery, from what you understand?
So when it's low battery, because I know it's a different subscription that you have to have that I don't have currently, but some features get disabled, most likely as like a battery saving feature.
Okay. And the last screenshot that you sent. Says Tuesday, near 5152 South Sheridan from what time?
3:24 a.m. to 4:35 a.m.
And the bottom part of this, that was just a continuation from the last page, right?
Yes.
After that 4:35 a.m. location from Life 360, were there any future notifications for you from where her phone was through either app that you used?
No.
That was the last one?
Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you, Judge.
Cross-examination?
Thank you. You knew Sade since fourth grade, you said, right?
Yes.
Best friend, right?
Yes.
And when you spoke with the police, it was your goal, obviously, to try to be helpful to the police, right?
Yes.
Because it's important to try to, for you, it was important to try to give information so the police could hopefully solve the crime, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you hadn't actually seen Sade since January. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, but you would text with her and communicate by phone, right?
Yes.
When you say text, when you would text, are we talking just you pick up the phone and you send a text message, or are there other ways in which you texting means other things?
We just texted the phone message, or might have sent a message through Instagram.
Okay, that was my question. The word text can mean sending a message, well, DM, you could DM someone through Instagram, right?
Yes.
And you can communicate through Snapchat?
I didn't really use Snapchat.
Okay, you weren't friends with her on Snapchat?
I just personally don't use Snapchat.
Okay, were you and Sade, back then in April of 2024, were the two of you linked or connected on Snapchat?
I believe so. I just don't typically use the app, so
Okay. Facebook is another way to message someone?
I don't use Facebook.
Okay. Now, because you were friends with Sade, you knew that she lived over on Commerce Street in that apartment building, right?
Yes.
And you had been over to her apartment, hadn't you?
Yes.
Now, do you guys talk would you talk every day, or how often would you talk or text with Sade?
Relatively often.
Yeah, daily?
Sometimes daily, sometimes once a week, depends on how busy.
Okay, and this Life 360 app, when Sade elected to use it as a tracking service, she provided you with the information so that you could keep tabs on her whereabouts. Isn't that the idea?
Yes.
Who else did she provide that access to?
I'm not sure.
Never told you.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so when you look at Life 360, when you open up the app, can you see all the different people with whom she's sharing her location?
No.
All it shows you is where she's going or where the phone is going, right?
Yes.
Very good. So you don't know if it's any other people that she shares that with. All you know is that she shares it with you.
Yes.
Okay. And you didn't know anything about Max Anderson, right?
No.
Had you ever gone to Victor's bar with Sade?
No.
So you'd never seen Max at Victor's?
No.
Didn't know he's a bartender?
No.
Sade never said anything about being scared of someone named Max?
No.
But Sade would talk to you about, because you're friends, Sade would talk to you about various dates she was going on and various men she was seeing, right?
Yes.
That's a common thing to talk about amongst friends, right? I met this guy, I met that guy, right?
Yes.
This guy's creepy, this guy's weird, this guy's nice, this guy's mean, that type of stuff, right?
Yes.
Nicknames that girls have for guys, I call this one, I call this one guy Nelly because he might look like Nelly, for example, right?
Yes.
All right. And that's common, and you would discuss with her things like that on your end, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the only thing I really wanted to go through. I just wanted to show you these records right here. Is this how you did it? Zoom it in, right? Okay. Thank you. This is Exhibit 39, Judge, for the record. And yeah, out just a little bit. Thank you. That's perfect. Yep. So again, what you were going through before were Life 360 screenshots that you had taken and then sent into the police to try to help them, right?
Yes.
And so, for example, and let me ask this. The night that Sade went missing, did you ever talk to her that night? Was she texting you about that evening, how it was going or anything like that?
No.
Or sending you Instagram messages, anything like that?
Can't remember.
You can't remember? Okay. If she had been messaging you, you would have wanted to turn that over to the police because that would be important, right?
Yes.
All right. So what we have here, for example, is just a map of Sade's 2-mile drive, right? It says at the top, Sade's 2-mile drive, right?
Yes.
And shows the Menominee Valley, and then shows some place off of Juneau Avenue. But it doesn't tell you didn't have any idea where specifically she was going, right?
No.
Did you know, for example, if she was going to the Twisted Fisherman? Did you have any idea?
No.
And then when we see Sade's drive details, Clybourne Street to Water Street. You're familiar with Water Street, right?
Semi.
Hmm?
Semi.
Okay. Well, it's a street that has a lot of bars on it. You know that,
Yes.
right? And that was a place that Sade would go periodically, right?
Not sure.
And then here, I know the state went through this with you, but again, it shows a 9-mile drive from Water Street right down to 40th Street, right? Very precise. Doesn't it?
Yes.
And it even shows, when you're looking at it in real time, it shows a starting location and a specific endpoint, right?
Yes.
And you didn't hold anything back from the police, right? You gave them every single thing that you had.
Yes.
And then the state was going through the reports with you, but there's a variety of places that Sade's Life 360 app showed her going that evening, right? There's numerous trips.
Yes.
We know about the last one where it ends at Warrant Park, but before Warrant Park, there's all sorts of Water Street to 40th Street, and then there's North Farwell to Canal Street. You've looked at all of these, right?
Yes.
And in fact, even sometimes, Life 360 shows, it even shows the speed that the vehicle was going, doesn't it?
Yes.
And it shows when phone usage is taking place.
Yes.
So it's providing, from as far as you know, it's providing data, information that you can look at to see if a person is safe, right?
Yes.
Is that the idea behind it, to make sure someone's safe?
Yes.
And this is very common, isn't it very common amongst the youngsters, young people? It's very common to share data, share their location, so others will know where they are, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's not a unique thing to Sade. That's something other friends of yours also do, right?
Yes.
Thank you, that's all.
State?
Briefly, do you recall whether you had a conversation with Sade about meeting someone the weekend before she went missing?
Yes.
What do you remember about that?
I remember she sent me a screenshot related to some person who had her number and was saying some things that made her feel uncomfortable.
Okay. Do you remember her talking to you about a person she had met at the bar?
I can't remember the place, but I remember she met somebody.
Would that have been the weekend prior?
Like with the dates, I can't remember the exact dates. I just remember before this incident, she told me about some person who was,
That she met at a bar?
the bar part, I can't remember.
Okay, nothing else.
Cross?
No.
Thank you, ma'am. You may step down.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone need a break at this point? It's 10:40. Okay, we're gonna take a bathroom break for like 10 minutes and then we'll bring you right back. Please leave your notebooks on your chairs.
Mr. Email Jason.
Anything further to address on the record, state?
No.
Defense?
Just while the jury is out, I did want to mention, just for the record, for what it's worth, that there are times where I notice there's leading questions or hearsay, and I just want to be clear, I'm not objecting to every one of these things, even though I'm well aware of all of them, just to sort of move this along, because a lot of it's foundational stuff, and I don't think it's important to lodge objections when there's every leading question. I may do that later. I just wanted to make a record of that.
If you find something objectionable and wish to object,
Sure.
feel free at
Thank
any
you.
point. Anything further?
No.
No, thank you.
Okay, we'll take a 10-minute break. We'll be back shortly.